Top 10 points about what they didn't tell you about concentration camps. Hello and welcome. Today, we dive into a dark and often overlooked chapter of history, the harrowing realities of concentration camps. While many are familiar with the broad strokes of these atrocities, there are countless facets and untold stories that shed light on their true horror. Join us as we uncover the top 10 crucial points about what you might not have been told about concentration camps. Prepare to explore the hidden aspects and deeper truths of this devastating period. Number 10. The hidden origins, early development of concentration camps. Ever pondered the eerie beginnings of modern concentration camps? The concept didn't just materialize with the Nazis. Its dark origins can be traced back to the British concentration camps during the Boer War 1899 to 1902. Designed to control Boer civilians through severe conditions, these camps were an early experiment in systematic confinement and cruelty. How did these initial camps, with their inhumane treatment and forced labor, evolve into the more notorious systems we recognize today? This early model laid a chilling foundation for what would become one of the darkest chapters in human history, revealing how cruelty can be institutionalized under the guise of control and security. Number 9. The unseen victims, children and families in the camps. Imagine the unimaginable. Innocent children torn from their families and thrust into a nightmare of starvation, disease, and brutality within concentration camps. The plight of these young victims, who faced some of the worst conditions imaginable, often gets overshadowed in broader historical accounts. These children not only endured physical suffering, but also faced emotional trauma that would impact them for the rest of their lives. How did these children survive, and what does their suffering reveal about the extent of the camp's cruelty? The heartbreaking stories of these young lives offer a poignant and disturbing glimpse into the camp's devastating impact on families, illustrating the wide-reaching effects of such systemic brutality. Number 8. The role of technology. How technology facilitated the camps. How did technology, usually a symbol of progress, become an instrument of mass murder? In concentration camps, technological advancements were twisted to create an efficient system of terror. From sophisticated identification methods, like tattooing, to the mechanized horror of gas chambers and crematoria, technology was used to maximize efficiency and suffering. What does this chilling use of technology say about the intersection of innovation and cruelty? The way technology was harnessed in the camps reveals a disturbing side of progress, where modern tools were used to execute the most heinous acts, illustrating how advancements can be perverted for evil purposes. Number 7. The economic exploitation. Profiting from suffering. What if the suffering in concentration camps was not just about cruelty, but also about profit? The economic exploitation of camp prisoners turned their misery into a lucrative enterprise. Forced labor-fueled industries, including armaments and infrastructure projects, supporting the Nazi war effort and bolstering the regime's economic stability. How did this grim intersection of economics and oppression sustain the camps and their operations? The dark reality of profiting from such inhumane labor exposes a disturbing facet of how greed can perpetuate systemic abuse, showing how financial gain was intricately linked to the perpetuation of cruelty and suffering. Number 6. The international blind spot, global awareness and response. Why did the international community largely ignore the growing evidence of atrocities in concentration camps? Despite various reports and testimonies, the global response was alarmingly passive, hindered by disbelief, geopolitical interests, and a reluctance to intervene. How did this international inertia contribute to the continuation of the camp's horrors? The failure to act highlights significant issues in global diplomacy and the difficulties of mobilizing effective action against massive human rights violations. This international blind spot underscores the need for vigilant global awareness and intervention, demonstrating the challenges of addressing and preventing large-scale atrocities on a global scale. Number 5. The psychological impact, long-term trauma of survivors. What happens to the human psyche after enduring the horrors of a concentration camp? Survivors carry deep psychological scars, manifesting as PTSD, depression, and other long-term mental health issues. The trauma experienced in the camps extended beyond physical suffering, influencing the survivors' ability to rebuild their lives and relationships. How did these psychological effects shape their lives long after liberation? The long-term impacts of such extreme cruelty reveal the profound and lasting effects on individuals, highlighting the need for ongoing support and understanding for survivors as they navigate the aftermath of their harrowing experiences. Number 4. The role of camp guards, the human element of evil. Who were the individuals behind the atrocities of concentration camps? The camp guards and officials, coming from diverse backgrounds and varying levels of education, played integral roles in enforcing the brutal system. Their motivations ranged from fervent ideological commitment to opportunistic self-interest. How did these individuals become complicit in extreme cruelty? Delving into their profiles and personal stories reveals the complex dynamics of ideology, obedience, and personal choice in the perpetration of horrific acts. Understanding the human element of evil provides insight into how ordinary people can become agents of profound inhumanity and the moral compromises involved in such roles. Number 3. The role of resistance, defiance within the camps. Amid the bleakness of concentration camps, moments of resistance and defiance emerged against overwhelming odds. Prisoners engaged in uprisings, sabotage, and various forms of defiance, demonstrating remarkable bravery in the face of oppression. What drove these courageous acts, and how did they impact the morale of the camp's inhabitants and the operations of their oppressors? Stories of resistance offer a powerful counter-narrative to the pervasive despair, showcasing the unbreakable human spirit even in the darkest moments. The acts of defiance within the camps reveal the strength and resilience of those who refuse to be entirely subdued, highlighting the enduring hope and resistance among prisoners. Number 2. The post-war denial and revisionism, distortion of historical facts. Despite overwhelming evidence, denial and revisionism continue to play the historical narrative of concentration camps. How do these false narratives challenge our understanding of the Holocaust and undermine the experiences of survivors? Addressing denial and revisionism is crucial for preserving historical accuracy and ensuring that the lessons of the past are not lost or misrepresented. The persistence of these distortions highlights the need for constant vigilance in defending the truth and remembering the atrocities of the past. Combating misinformation and preserving historical integrity is essential for honoring the memory of victims and educating future generations. Number 1. The moral imperative, lessons and remembrance. Why is it vital to remember the horrors of concentration camps? The Holocaust serves as a stark reminder of human cruelty and the imperative to uphold human rights. What lessons can we learn to prevent such atrocities from recurring? Reflecting on the history of the camps reinforces the moral obligation to promote dignity and justice, educating future generations about the past to ensure a more humane world. The moral imperative to remember and learn from these dark chapters drives our commitment to a just society and helps safeguard against the recurrence of such horrors. Emphasizing the lessons learned from these atrocities is crucial for fostering a more compassionate and vigilant global community. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos on YouTube.